My name is Gift Saunyama. I'm a soccer player. But I'm more. Both of them. Just say Mnashi. Sharp. Yeah. Gift Saunyama is a simple guy, another board, who's a professional soccer player. There's nothing much about Gift Saunyama. The party kuchakatangira kupe and stuff, kutanga mastreets chirwa bora chiona local football, big players Magitiza, and then getting inspired and then wanting to take it to another level. Went on ground with Mabuza primary school, and then you realize primary school could my talent liturgy and then from primary school I was the captain, grade 6. From there, but I know my juniors kept, so that's how it started. That's how it started. We go to primary, but you get to realize with my words, to my chi, and then you realize with my talent liturgy. Yeah, kumbar na kutangika ne kuvumika zvekudaro, because you know my backgrounds and my families, my parents can understand so something. They would want you to focus more on soccer. I remember that year, grade 7, I got my words primary, Warren Park 2 primary, and then Tessa had not to end until sitting someone at the zero. My school, one I what I see my book chat and say no real and stuff. So that's how we started. And the Pavakatanga realized that my one and got on any talent. Going to my juniors, who keeps that's the other thing. Check out one of my can I manage to recognize when my juniors keeps at that level. It means there's potential and there's talent. From there, the support was 100%.
So what you support your baby king? The chichi njibutana mathematics angisha wetasi awusapura zvibhuru mwana chichi njawataka kuitira zvimanga ndimuzera para mabhuru ngezi ratu
zvatanga. I remember ndakatengerwa masters mamwe Puma was grade 7 again, and then ndisati ndatombopedza bhudziyo ndo mazuva ema total 90, and then form 1 ndakatengerwa total 90. But then I won't get to forget those shoes. Ndo masini basa ndakatanga kutambidzwa kunzi mayas tapasisa masini.
And how was the feeling of Virginia? Because I still remember there were two Buddha, combat question and goes on Virginia for a shoe. So what's the feeling
but the feeling was okay. I was happy. Singaite guy kuti taitobuda zviri official. Ndakuenda training kudai. The feeling was okay. Kungoita zvinhu zvine blessing. Pamba sina kakuhwanda kaya kuti munhu ari kuhwanda zvekudaro. So the feeling was okay, plus kuva free was the most thing chainakidza pa jet racho. The feeling was great.
My juniors who keeps further. Who are some of the people, big players, my juniors who keeps? What are was bullied or one of my friends are waiting.
But then Taga age group yedu, I remember atina umbogara Caps, and then Tagavata endeswa kuchikoro pamshana ni Caps. But then some of the guys were still playing. Tagaenda na Rafi Ariku FC Platinum, Vale Kadonzo. That was the page. I think we were 7 to 8. I might fail to mention a few, but the rest of the guys, Pamba na Vale, were still playing. Kadonzo, and then Rafael Mduiwa, there's Taguzo Chimwemwe, there was me, and then there's Charles Chiwaku, Akazo Sia, Akungodai Nekudai, and then the other guys Wangavari Wapana. There was Gebo, the Gebo Arigu Triangle. I don't know now could attach to his team. You know the Gebo? And then there was Gebo, there was Privy. I think Tagaenda Takadaro. those are some of the guys vachiri involved
where the senior players team member of juniors keeps boys does wasani yote.
Alright, nguva iyoyo kwangu kuna na age group yaida kutanga kunotamba bhora yanga iri yana Fire Tafazwa Rusike, but then Capes yanga in academy. I still remember it was in D1. There was Fire, there was Machapa. Those were the guys who they knew were coming from the juniors and they could give a helping hand. Boys by then bata tomorrow they could give us marriage bars and stuff. But the senior team, Yangaine, that was the Capes 2004.
Okay.
2004. No, the Capes takaiona, but tasataenda kushukuru. But then taita kutapeza bora and then say tunaona bora. But tishitamba kudara, I think Capes yatakanya soona yaka inspire ndo yana sengu, ana chimeza, chikafa, nyenda, ana undi, yeah, I think those were the guys. Tsipa, the guy Manyanzi Makopolo and stuff. And then there was also I don't know kuti ari overlipana ere mama team, but team yo yanga iri one. I think pane team yana Queens na Washi na Pakamisa. Oh yeah, Mika. Alright, it's okay. There was also Washi, Pakamisa and Mtizwa. Those were the guys who you could look up to Gutizoni. I think if I get to this level, I'll be okay.
How much do they contribute to your development in football?
I think they contributed a lot, because personally I was inspired big time, because zvese zvavaita taingoti dakuzotamba, especially ra3 area dakuzotamba at this level, especially pataizoenda kunonhonga mabhora paya murimo, because my juniors maizopiwa that responsibility yekuti munonhonga mabhora waiziya. Just seeing them vachibuda mutaneo and just that kuti zvoni akapfeka green and white, I always wanted to be there kuti dakuzosvika this level. I didn't want much, to be honest. I think dopamwe pandakatozvilimitawo, all I wanted was to play for a big team in PSL. That was the dream, and I could say it was inspired by most of the guys on Taura. And vakawanda vacho, they were that free. They were good guys. Maku yenda Tunas, Chichi, Copacabana, Kudai, Townhouse. I think vaito patara kombi isusu tiripo, so besides kuti angari masoka players, they were also good as in personality. They were okay, so they inspired a lot kuti dakuzosvika apa, and that was the dream. And I think
masvika paya pekuti zviri makufana kusvika level mambo tembobona mudivision 1 here makana mangotengera Premier League kana kuti zvakatengera papi cheche ndinoziziva kuti give no ball.
I think I was lucky kuti ndakatangira PSL from juniors. We went to school, and then now takanopasa tichifana kuregister into ndopakaya zvema development houses, the five guys. I think I was there myself, Jameson Mkombwe, and then Ian Nekati, I don't know, na Kaka, Kaka.
Yeah,
so we're 5, we're supposed to be registered by then. And then Tavanda pass up school, so Taganoba trauma results kumshana, and then you're supposed to come back to school. So that was the level I definitely graduated. And then I really wanted to play by that time, but Tagavatadzokera kuchikoro. So from there, the coaches wangawariko kwangu na Coach Lloyd and Coach Tonde. So tichinopedza form 5 vanga vabva ku Capes United vakuenda ku Shooting Stars. So we're lucky kuti we had coaches vaitiziva and knew how kuti tinotamba sei. So takabva tazo register ku Shooting Stars tichiri ku high school. So that's how I got into professional football. My first club into PSL was Shooting Stars as a junior though. As a junior. So that's how I got to start to play professional football.
First Premier League club against Shooting Stars. Did you appeal for that club, Shooting Stars?
Yeah, I did, but it was a few games ndangandiri pa bench. And game randaka pinda Zimsense yanga ichiri mu Premier League by then. Zimsense yakamboita gorera yakadzoka, so if you remember ikatamba Premier League, and then Shooting Stars yaishandisa sakubva. So we had a national tournament. My first game we had a national tournament, but it was for under 17, so I wasn't playing because by then I was under 20 and up for 17 though. So ndopa ndakafonera first game rangu uchinzi you supposed to come kumtari. So that game ndaingosvika nchigara pabench ndisingapinde. So I remember I wasn't supposed to come in. Paifana kupinda Elliot Masika, German. German pinda German vangodaiwa bora iri rapera. I think it was around 70 something minutes. Itaimfana ambotamba bora ari kubva kuchikoro anenge achida kutamba. You know ndakavhunduka one, because I was now used to coming and sit on the bench and then going back to school. So that was my first game, and then unfortunately ndichida kupinda vaya bodra sumunzwa Zimsense vaya 1-1 team yakawina 2-0, and then game iroro team yanga iri relegation, so the team really needed the game. But again, coach akazongoni trust, and then he said pinda. So that was my first game, and we won 2-1 in Tari. To be honest, I felt great. I always had confidence in myself, because Pamshana yanga ine under 20 edu yanga ine vanhu 10 vanga registered mu PSL. So inini ndangandana kakunonokerwa, because Simba was Nini was part of our stream, but it was a stream ahead. And then Gabriel Nyoni was also going. Saka Gebo na Simba vanga vatodaidzwa kudhara vanga vambotamba. So playing with them kuchikoro, and I could see kuti Simba was going, I thought I to go. So I remember at that time he was in Form 6, I got a top goal scorer, which there was a cup. Was it Benke BC or Super 8, something like that. So I'd always told myself that I know it's possible. Seeing Wandro Tamba na wakashita say, vachizviita. So kupinda kwandakaita my first game, I wasn't really scared, but I was motivated. I wanted to. So I was really encouraged. I wasn't to bora to go, of course na game rat tense, but getting in I was okay. I had all the confidence.
First game
zvekudaro zvanga zvineka that, you know, zvanga zvineka that. The feeling was great, and you know Nkomana atamba bora, because I remember from Tare takadzoka kunoka, and then my coaches angu akauya. Coach Tonde was the assistant by then. Vakauya kunoko, vakauya kumba personally, and then they came vakanonana mchembere, you know. The feeling was great. Even going back to school, the respect now, it was different. The respect, you could tell the respect is different, because you go and play in my games like Premier League. The respect was there, and I could tell even the confidence going back kunotamba my games like Kuchikoro. The confidence was now high. And the things that we see, the way you play, what Vagunutamba game re PSL.
Let's fast forward. Tapeza ta Kuchikoro bebe. Tapeza apa stika banita si give up this.
Okay. I think Tishino Peza. I've always wanted to do both. Bora ne Chikoro. Unfortunately Shooting Stars yakava yabuda, and then Twalumba, but then yanga ichiri kupisa that Twalumba yanga big kudai nekudai, so they were interested. Vanga vane almost a year vachiti uya. So I was now back home, and then I wanted a local team. So I played for Twalumba, but I didn't play for a whole year because after 6 months, Ndagada is gonna Adam Kuchiken in. So after 6 months, I went there. Unfortunately, Chicken in yaida clearance, and then Twalumba yanga yaida a loan move. So I ended up staying 6 months, but because I wanted to Nangandaona Njumbo Kunast, because Form 6 are Ndagazobudopo, Nandaona Njumbo Kunast, again I wanted a team in Bulawayo. The next thing, I stayed with Adam by then, hoping good by the next year the contract yangu ya pera I would register for Chicken in, but unfortunately in December that's when Adam passed away. So you know, coach aninga chuda banjumbo, if he's no longer there, jinombo sheka. So I was in Bulawayo. I was now based in Bulawayo doing my first year at NAST. So I then went to Bulawayo Chiefs. It looked promising, but then because Wangawatura, Raman Kumbo, and a lot of good guys, and got promoted to Premier League, Southern Region. You Bulawayo Chiefs ndo yaga say ndo yaga winner. So Bulawayo Chiefs ndo yaga say ndo yaga winner. So the next thing, I then went to Highlanders, and then I got signed by Highlanders, and then from there I was loaned to Shabani, and then the next thing they wanted to loan me to another team. I don't remember, but I think it was Bulawayo Chiefs again, and then I refused, because by then I felt that was the time, that was the age, and I felt I was good enough to play by that time, but anyway it didn't happen. So I forced my clearance, and I put clearance, and then I moved to Wawa, and then I met Lloyd, and then after Wawa I graduated, and then I came back home, and then I went to Rentals, Dynamos, and then Dynamos Rhinos, and then that was it.
How was the feeling, playing against kids, now in how was the feeling?
You know, Ndichitamba all along, to be honest, Ndichitamba all along, Bulawayo and stuff. My dream was to make a name and then come back home and play for Cape United, to be honest. But you know, Dynamos is a big team. When I got the offer, I don't know, things changed quickly, very, very quickly. That the background, you the Capes and stuff, I fall in love with Dynamos. 2 minutes in Zangaza to change, you know, I was happy. Playing against Cape United, of course it was the team Yaguti Danganda Kura Ndiri Ndo Yaganensa score and stuff, but by then Tichutamba against Cape United, Rangarato Debi utori kuti Dynamos utodi kunzwa kuti Caves zvinenge zvatosiyana. Of course my background was yanga iri Cape United, but zvebasa ndaku Dynamos, I don't know what happens, you know. Dynamos Islanders, once wango pick up black and white, I think the other side zvebasa rato basa as menos azvinongoita.
Can you take me through change come dressing? We understand because we are not body maybe your mood. What's the mood in the dressing room? You don't tell me big to the Islanders, you cannot keep saying
to be honest, it doesn't start in the dressing room. We crash kutanga Tuesday training ndoma game you want to be at your best, so even the way you train kuna mafanizi mamaya ekuti unengo you want to push yourself so that when it comes Sunday you'll be in the best shape. So returning a different atmosphere, it's a different atmosphere altogether. Even street to change up a day, not even comments and stuff from people, chichi, you could tell. So it's I don't think it's not more about the dressing room now. It even starts even 2 weeks back to prepare yourself. The game before Caps the game before Highlanders, you would want to prepare yourself for that bigger game. But I think the week Red Derby, I think even my coaches coming to the dressing room, I think pane mood inongo seta yega mu dressing room. The mood inenge iri basa chayo, you see. The concentration levels, everyone will be high, everyone will be motivated to play that game. No funnies, no what. Everyone is supporting the next person. We all want this thing. At the end of the day, derby is not about mazo tamba say mazo kuwina derby ndo kunengoka kosha. So the love again within the players, I tell you, is inenge yakanyanya. You know, my teams kubasa, like any workplace, amufarane mese, but wikere derby, even munu wa usiri too close naye, ushtozi out ndiya kupedza basa, you give him all the love, you give him all the support. So I don't know what's with the derby and the big games, the mood and the motivation inenge ilipo. You are motivated. Hakuna kuti andisikubatarwa mazuva yayo, hakuna kuti ndine ma problems, no mabora ekuti kana kujeni kusiripo that week unogona kutombokanganwa, and everyone ari pabasa, you'll be pushing each other hard, because at the end of the day, if the team wins, despite kuti wakowesa watamba wangori pa bench or you're not part of the team, you will be proud to walk around kana mabva kuchika Caps, you'll be proud to walk around kana mabva kuchika Highlanders. So I think that's the best thing about that game, kuti everyone is behind everyone. Munhu wese ada kuti zvinhu zviite sei zviite.
Well, yeah, we were part of the Dynamos here, I think 3-4 years ago.
Yeah.
2 years ago. I was working in walking in town, playing for Dynamos. In Dynamos, I was a coach, which had Zuka for a coach, and let's say as a president never playing.
I ain't got to my one. Because, Dynamos now, with Dynamos, when you're winning, even then you're winning, the feeling is okay. But now it's a bit difficult to separate work and your personal life, because uchiva kubasa vano nokuona they will associate you with bora, and the fact that you cannot separate your personal life and work, it made it more difficult now. So I would say it was a difficult year. It was a difficult year. It was really a difficult year.
How was the feeling in you? Everything peace, and everyone was happy at that team, because a lot of things were said the feeling it would affect even Kazi.
Very true, very true. But I always had a strong, let me say, mental strength. I think I was up there. I tried, but it was hard. Now that Dynamos wasn't bad, to be honest, because you remember the year before, Takapes at number 2.
Went for 17 games unbeaten.
And then the team made some changes, improved the team. You understand? Improved the team. I think they brought in Mave Mukumba. In my opinion, is one of the
top
best players dealing in Zimbabwe right now. But with Zimbabwe football, I don't know. It is what it is. But personally, I'm a guys and Agatamba now. I would love to believe that Mave is one of the best midfielders in Zimbabwe. They brought in Mave, they brought in Rafi Manuire, they brought in Sira, and who else?
And that's the year when Denver
State.
Oh, Denver was the.
Denver, I think Denver.
I know, Denver.
Denver, right?
Yeah.
Denver. Denver went to Cape United, and then Christian I think we lost Denver and Christian, of which they were key to our success here the previous year. But again, we also got good players. We also got good players. So the team wasn't bad. But with soccer now, there is a lot of things which makes the team wins. Which makes the team wins. So Denver akaenda and then Christian akaenda. That was a big blow. That was a big blow, and then
there's some days where
Ocean was always Ocean. You could go all well, and then the next thing.
So the same way where no good promote Panashi and Antimira, they coming into the first team. And you want to see a players you need to come because when the issue is Denver, Subatika, the Ocean has been so just say you understand. And you need to maintain his dynamics.
Yeah, I think that year he had a lot of pressure. I was one of the senior guys now. Given Kuti Ocean akaenda, and he was the captain. He was one of the senior guys, and then Denver was one of the senior guys. I think the responsibility now yaka kura. It was now a bigger responsibility. I remember you asked about that game Rhinos Ramashi Re Rokoreria. I remember I was forced to play centre back, and then I had a junior on the right side of the centre back. I think Nyimbe, Nyimbe. You know, so you cannot afford now to be jittery and not to do a good job when you have a youngster beside Paco. You're supposed to motivate him. You're now one of the senior guys. Even if things are not okay, it's your responsibility to see. You know that game during Meragaraza, with that year we had a lot of youngsters. And so it was now a bigger responsibility. I think we wanted to win 2-1 that game. Nyembe, that was his first game PSL, and he was under 20, and Tangatsuku relegation. There was too much pressure, and given Kuti in those 2 years, when Mangachu Chamba in the first 11, there were very few. So Kuti, we could count names when Vagaita came over to the next year. So the fact that you are among 3 or 4 guys who are still starting Vagaita the 2 years Vaji starter. There was now a lot of responsibility. It's auto responsibility. People look up to you, not the other way around now. So there was a lot of pressure, a lot of responsibility, but it also helps if you're a player. You grow faster, because some of the situations are automatic, but no atopo at that time. I remember that game. I had Sasha Bisto going into the tunnel. I told my one is an answer. Those Vitoripo. You know, we could swap positions. Game. Wami Zadai, and then without time you could notify the coach Kuti. Makuro and Dana Zadai, so, and then we thought Kuti, if we do this for now, it could best save the situation. It's you now, you can decide Kuti, we go back to what we were doing, what you said, or we keep on doing the 30 theaters. So with a lot of youngsters, you're forced to do something you never see yourself doing. Imagine Murukutu Tamba, Boraraga Tocha, and then you see Guti Tato Tsimbiro, Quato Daiso, Waminda Daiso, Wakumbo Daiso. Tunos to Sarashto, Zamakuru, and Guti Tato, Sarashi Daiso, Bozam Zateta say, Zanga Zatotago. So you grow quick, and it also helps as a player because the moment you overcome that hurdle now, imagine that game, we went on to win 2-1, and then you swap positions in ground. The October is Oshama, the October 5 panap, we were October 6, but naturally Inini and the 5, those are 2 panap, and then it works, you know, gives you confidence. Even my coaches, it gives them confidence. There's a time you know coaches can even ask Kuti Mugaita 1 or 2 things you know Budirira. Could Twitter say? So again, it gives you that that confidence and unokura fast. We went on to win that game. It was 2-1. Mashi akanobata. I got this guy, and then we went on to win. I was coming into that game. I was happy. I think I was voted the man of the match that game. I was happy because the day before, I had my firstborn Mika, my only child anyway. So you know, I was happy. I was in a different mood. I was happy to play everything. So and the English story is a blessing. Even the game, you know, I had a feeling a good teacher win. I had a good performance, and then that goal, standard. Going back home, coming from a win, relegation and stuff. I think Polish but that year relegation, I think Rangati more than the year Rangati Ratai fighter for championship. Because to be honest, this responsibility was carried all over. We had a lot of senior guys, a lot of good players. Every player was a big guy. You know, starting from Tonde Mateaunga, he was one of the captains. Arimo, and then I think the youngster Angarimo by then was Peace. They are Farisa, Zogubora. Zeguti Aida to Peace or Farisa Banap. The rest of the guys, we had Ocean, we had Lincoln, we had Masha, we had Teacher, we had me, we had Denver, you know, Christian. So in terms of load and responsibility, we were okay. So you could see that so you could learn from the next person, but in terms of the year relegation area, it's always hard, but you learn and you grow.
Okay, you played with Denver. Denver is Denver. Everyone knows Denver. Denver can do anything. How is Denver? Who is Denver? How does he play? How does he control himself to training? Because Denver does things kind of shida. He's Denver. He only needs 1 minute of magic.
Denver. I think we all know the other part of Denver. I will not focus on that one. We all know the other part of Denver, but unfortunately, Nina and Nagumbwana Mkana we tamba overseas or in any other country. So we are foreign based. Like I was saying, I think I limited myself. The dream was to play in PSL, and I got that. And then I thought as soon as I could play everywhere. But local football, Denver is the best player that I've played with. Shewan Manatamba now in Zimbabwe. I think that question, out of 10 people Vatamba na Denver in Zimbabwe, they will tell you Guti. Out of 10, 8 people will tell you Guti Denver Mawan. He's a star. I think he's a star. Unfortunately, Mara Zokupejese. He is a person now. He's not there. Ani Zakawanda is really lacking. But Zebasa, I think, is one of the best players ever in Zimbabwe to be produced. Zebasa ano pesa, but now
let's say Denver Masana brought up before the match. What are some of the things I'm telling you?
Denver is a very positive guy. He's a very positive guy. Denver. Okay, let me give you an example. We take Denver here. Okay, let me not go there. Let me focus on Denver. I wanted to give you 2 different people, you know. But Denver, I know Zupengera iye. But when it comes to motivating people, he's always positive about soccer. I wouldn't go to Denver anesana na ningi ku training. Angatonetsana navanhu vasiri kumupa mari dzake. You understand that part? But Zema players, he's a team player. He motivates the next person. And he's not a guy who talks too much. He's not a guy who talks too much. You know, even when you're down, he's one of the guys who I know boys tirimo. He always speaks positive things. He always encourages others. That's that about Denver. So good unozonzwa Denver achiti but dai apa pakadanzwi kana dai pakazotambiswa ningi. That's not Denver. he doesn't talk too much. Anongotara boys andi zvapera andi boys topedza. Even when you're down, boys andi snopedza. That's
Denver. You were down against Chalocho that year. Wapedza number 2. You were down against Chalocho. I think you were 1-0 down.
1-0 down. I remember the game. Teacher, I think it was under flat.
White. Everyone was shouting to pass. It was Christian. Everyone was shouting, pass Christian Bora. Denver missed 3 runs at Pinam ground. At Pinam, and then he scores the ball. Everyone was, Denver. How was it, playing with the player like that?
Denver do magic, Baba. You know, the could come from up the terraces. With the Denver, you always expect an unexpected. It is very basic. That's why he's Denver. Everyone thinks that Arkurova. Another trademark. And with Tema, and then was a square. He was a guy who I assist. I go with. So the usually yaito Buddha Kumateris. Most of the people on ground, we could just think that Denver would do the unexpected. That was that. So kuti pamaita pasa pamaita dai so payapeta itoziva kuti mundikumbuke when his own achida zvebhora anopedza zvebhora anotopedza aitopedza kana achida zvake zvebhora.
So and then the next year you were Blake Rhinos. How was the experience?
Yeah, the following year I went to Blake Rhinos. I think it was a good experience because Pandagaenda went with other 4 good players. Wisdom Tasa also came in. There was Marvelous Mukumba, there was Toti Skumbawere, and then there was Temera. So the team was quite strong. Even good Blake Rhinos, the other Yambo posted my wins and stuff. I think we went for 10 games. Tisnakuro was a good. We were playing good football, and it was a different experience altogether. Because with Blake Rhinos, what you had agreed on, it could come in time, in terms of salaries and a lot of things. So I think you could play, not thinking much about the remunerations and stuff. That was that with Blake Rhinos. It was a good experience.
And now I think COVID came in and you are out of contract on a team. How are you coping?
I think, to be honest, I think I'm doing well for myself because I'm a family man, and there's this COVID thing, with soccer. If you're not playing, the way these clubs pay when you're playing, and then when you're not playing, it tends to differ. So I think sooner or later I would want to go back and play. Unfortunately, I had a deal which I almost closed. It's closer to home. Given with age and family, I'm looking for deals Aripa teams which are closer to home. So I had a deal rakakumira munzira digi rangarapera, but apart from soccer, I think I'm doing quite well. I'm still going to school, and I'm doing 1 or 2 projects which I think they'll grow to be good business lines of my own. So I think that's that. COVID came in, and then it disturbed a lot of things. I think it disturbed a lot of things, and unfortunately said, if you look at players now, some of the players, they're out of contract like me, and they are not getting paid.
For these and other stories, visit our website www.263chat.com. Follow us on Twitter @263chat and like our Facebook page 263chat.